Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest on the channel today. Today I'm hanging out with Rhett Porter, who is the National President of the Fmca. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. So you've got your beautiful Newell coach here. How long have you been RVing for, sir?
Oh, we started RVing in 2004, and so we've been doing it for quite a few years now. But with my position and everything, we usually put between 20 and 25,000 miles on a coach every year, and not quite full timing, but it is full timing, going around the country and being with people at our rallies and visiting with people. And we love our Newell because it's the best service that you can get on a coach. In any coach that we have out there, Newell has come through to, whenever we're down, they have that 24/7 service. They get us right back going as fast as possible.
Is this your first Newell, or?
This is our first Newell, but we've had it since 2014. It was pre-loved. It was 3 years old when we got it, and it had 26,000 miles in. Well, we have 136,000 miles on it.
In this level, you could choose pretty much any motorhome on the road, and you're very familiar with motorhomes because of your position. What made you go with the Newell over other coaches?
Well, for one thing, a Newell is built from the ground up by Newell. So if you're looking at other coaches, you may have to deal with other vendors who are working it. And when Newell installs it, they go back and they service everything that's in there. You don't have to worry that the product you've got, if it breaks, or what are you going to do about it? They take care of you. They get you back on the road fast, and that's the big thing for me. Is I want people who I can depend on to be there, and they've got a 24/7, 365 days a year that they'll answer that phone and get right back to you. And so if I'm down, I need help, and I need to get going again, and they're there.
You've owned this coach for about 7 years now. What's the biggest problem you've had?
The biggest problem I've had?
Yes, sir.
Biggest problem would be that if a coach sits, it doesn't, it'll have problems versus one that goes all the time. And when we had COVID, it was the worst time for us as far as a problem, because we were sitting for 18 months. Now we're going again, and everything's great because it all works well. These machines are made to run and be utilized. They're not made to just sit around. It's a machine that will go.
So no major problems in 7 years?
When you say major, every RV has a problem. If I had to pick a problem, it's our slides if we get stopped with that. But I've learned how to overcome that. There are really not any major issues that I would say has been a big problem. Overall, when I had a slide motor issue, I've learned how that I can disable it and push it in manually if I have to. They really tell you how to do the things, and I had to do that one time on the road, and it's not a problem. The way the slides are built by Valid on a Newell coach, they're flat, and therefore they go straight in and out. So if you disable, take all the arm off the motor, you can push them in manually. So that's how we were able to keep going, and they seal around the outside of the slides with air. And so it's like an airplane, when you pressurize the cabin, how everything's sealed up. Well, that's what happens around a Newell slide, is they have that air seal, and once you release that, you can push the slide in, and once you back in, it seals back up and holds it tight right where it is. It's not going to come out on you.
Yeah, very cool. It sounds like a lot of redundancy built into the coach. Now,
that's what I talk about. People that they try to put as much redundancy. You've got 2 air pumps, 2 water pumps, 2 inverters, everything that has redundancy on it so it can keep you going.
What do you like the most about your Newell coach?
The most, again, I go back to service. The fact they take care of you. That's what I like about Newell and what they do. The ride is fantastic. We enjoy the ride. Once, my wife asked me, she says, what vehicles would I rather drive? Well, if I'm going more than 50 miles, I want to hook up the car to the Pine Newell, and I'm taking the Newell because I want the comfort that we've got there, that you've got everything with you. It's a great way to travel. It's a smooth ride. You see better, you have control, and it's just the way to go.
If there's anything you could change about your Newell, what would you change?
That's an unfair question. I got to think about it.
maybe step up to one of those new 2022s over there.
Actually, I prefer the one I have because I've got I have a cat engine in mine. You can't even get a cat engine anymore over the road. I like my cat engine. I've got a 12-speed transmission. It's wonderful.
Now that's a rare. You got the 12-speed ZF transmission. Do you did you choose that, or how do you like that 12-speed
that came with that was in the coach, and I love it. It's great. In fact, when I was in a spot where I had to really get out of a real, they had parked me in an area where I had a high, steep incline to come out of, and the coach could handle it. Dropped that thing in first gear, it climbed right out of there like nothing. You know, it said, I can do this, and that's a lot of weight you're pulling up.
Yes, sir. You know, with FMCA, you've been to a lot of rallies. We're here at the Newell Coach Rally here in Grove, Oklahoma. How are you liking this rally?
Oh, it's great. Newell always does things first class, so that's the reason you go to their rallies for that. They do an excellent job with it.
Do you have any advice for folks that are thinking about RVing or thinking about purchasing a Newell?
Well, I'd go to the factory, number one, look at all of them. I'll tell you one thing about it. If you can't find the Newell that you want to get, and you can't afford a new one and all that, that's understandable. But if you can buy a Newell, if you buy a Newell out there, we tell people it's amazing to see people who bought a Newell that was pre-owned out in the market. They get it, they have issues, they come to the factory. The factory treats them like they've always been a member of the family, and that they bring them right in and take care of them just like they're anybody else that bought the brand new Newell there. They take care of them, and that's what's been really great about Newell.
Awesome. Any advice or anything else you have for the folks out on YouTube?
Yeah, just RV. Get out here and enjoy the lifestyle. People live longer if they're RVing because the fact that you don't have as much stress and you're being active, you're on the roads, your mind is active, you're doing things. Especially for those of us who are getting older, it's better you're going to keep that lifestyle and keep going with that.
Well, Red, I can't thank you enough for sharing some great wisdom with myself and the folks out on YouTube. I also greatly appreciate all of you out there on YouTube subscribing to the channel and liking these videos. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. Just come see us at an FMC RV, one of our events, and join us sometime on the road, whether it's in a Newell or any of your RVing. We RV with everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.